So let me start this interview with asking you about your stage name. I know that
Yes.
your actual name is Benjamin,
Yes.
but Cosmo suggests a global mindset. So when you're on stage, you present yourself as Cosmo. So how does this influence your music?
Ooh, that's a good question. Cosmo for me was initially about my heritage. Like I was born in Budapest in Hungary, came to Austria, grew up here. My dad's from Germany, my mom's from Hungary. But when it comes to music, I also like this name and the mindset behind it because it's always thinking beyond borders. Because cosmopolitan is kind of this open-minded way of living, and I find myself quite often feeling like that, not really feeling like one country, but feeling like more kind of like European, you know what I mean? And when
Yeah.
it comes to music, I also like to just uh, mix some genres and maybe have a funky verse and an operatic bridge. So that's the story behind that.
But that's the pure spirit of Eurovision, if you think about it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and you also started making music in English and then transitioned to German. So I guess this also embodies this global mindset. So how was this transition? Like, was it smooth, or
Ah,
you had to put
um,
some effort into it, even though German is your native language, but
yeah.
writing songs is something else.
Yes, exactly. You're right. I think it was quite a clean cut. Um, I've been writing in English for all my life, and I was also always listening to English music. And then last year, I was kind of frustrated with English writing in English, and I wanted to try something completely new and completely different. And German, that was just the first thought was, okay, maybe just like let go of everything and just try something completely different. And then my idea was, yeah, let's just switch up the language and let's go with German. And but it felt so natural from the first moment on because Tanzschein wasn't the first song I've written in German. Um, so there were a couple of songs before that, but it always felt so natural immediately, like I've been writing in German in the past life or something. Yeah.
Okay, so it just came to you
Yes,
after
yes, it
you
did.
you
Yes.
tried a few new things. So do you think that this is an advantage, especially in the context of Eurovision, because maybe some artists try to sing in English, or they insist on singing in English because everyone can understand them. That's the line
Yes.
of reasoning
Um,
usually.
I think there's advantages and there's less advantageous sides. Because for German, obviously, most of the people aren't going to understand it. Um, but that gives us a new challenge, which I really liked when I talked to my choreographer for the performance. He told me, we're not we can't focus on the story. We can't focus on the words that are spoken. We have to focus on the emotions and the feelings that we want to transmit to the audience. And for me, that was fascinating. I was always thinking about, singing and trying to get the words to people. But
Yeah.
now I'm only realizing how much more fascinating it is to focus on the feeling and to transmit that. So it's a challenge, but it helps you to grow artistically, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about this sort of translating emotions to the viewers or to the listeners. Uh, and I was wondering if there's a difference when you are a solo artist, or when you're with your band, because I know that you started your career through the Voice Kids and then you played with a band. So, what are the main differences between having a band and having to be solo on stage?
Ooh, good question. Well, I think being, I mean, Cosmo is like solo when it comes to songwriting and publishing music, but on stage now as well at Eurovision, I'm happy that I have Sandro, my guitarist and manager, who's also on stage. But of course, I miss my band because that's just the most fun when we all play together. We've known each other for 4 years, and we've played in clubs where there were like 12 people. So it
Including you.
including me, yes. So actually 11. Um, but it's um but I'm just happy for everything that comes after Eurovision as well, because I'm releasing an EP and we're going on tour. In summer we'll have some support shows, and then in October we have our own tour. So I'm looking forward to that. And for Eurovision, it's gonna be something very different, because of the singing and dancing in one thing. It's very show and very performance,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe less concert, but I'm really excited to do that.
Also, I guess when you're with your band, you also have the emotional support that
Yes,
others can give you.
definitely.
Uh, so speaking of tours, actually, you just came back from a series of Eurovision events and pre-parties. So what are your main takeaways from interacting with not only the Eurovision fans, but also with the other contestants?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I mean, um, I was so honored and happy to get to travel to all these cities, and to meet the fans of Eurovision. I mean, I heard that they were supportive, but honestly, I was surprised by how wholesome and lovely these people are. Um, it really felt like a family. And I saw people with the star. They drew the star on
Yeah.
their face. That was amazing. I mean, and people were dancing. So I was just really happy with the performances. Honestly, being on stage, I had more fun than thinking of the performance, because it was just amazing. And meeting the other acts was also really, really great. I mean, um, I've kind of found each other, like with Eva, Jonas, and Sören. We sort of formed a little clique, and it was
I heard
just,
that there is this group chat
oh yeah,
with
yeah, there's a group chat.
Eurovision artists. So
Yes.
you can feel free to spill some tea from it.
Oh, spill some tea.
It's not
Um,
confidential.
um, there was one picture of, wait, who was pregnant? I think Sören was pregnant with Jonas's baby, and it's gonna be called Denway or Normark.
I, I have I
So
have I see that vision in my
you
head.
see the
I
vision?
hope it was
Yes.
not AI slop, but Yeah, I can see that. Now,
So we can also have fun,
after
you know.
picturing this, maybe I won't ask you anything else about the things you guys share. I think I've had enough. So you're also one of the youngest
Yeah,
participants. I think the second youngest after France.
exactly.
So I guess we already know that everyone else treats you nicely. But do you think that being so young is an advantage? Maybe not the Eurovision performance itself, but maybe for the things that are gonna come afterwards and for the opportunities.
Um, I don't think so. I think you can really start your career at any age. I think that's quite beautiful because there's people who've worked at one office for 20 years and afterwards they start a food truck or become musicians or anything. So I think you can start this no matter what age you are. I think that's beautiful, and also for Eurovision, you see acts and fans from almost every age. So I don't really see it as an advantage or disadvantage. Um, it's just like that. I don't know. I like to live in the moment, and I don't really think, um, okay, I'm 19, I have to do this and this and this. I kind of just do it by what my passion at the moment is. Yeah.
Something that might be an actual advantage is the running order for the final, because Austria is closing the final. So the very last song we will hear on Eurovision this year is yours.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that? Maybe you prefer to sing first, or
I'm very happy. I feel like it's kind of this full circle moment where the host country finishes off the show. And I'm happy because people will be warmed up and ready to dance. So because that's what it's all about for me for this performance. So I'm very happy with the running order.
yeah, and the audience has all the time to get their dance shine,
Yes, exactly.
which
They
means
can
a
prove
dance
themselves.
license. So could you please guide us through the requirements to get a dance shine?
Well, I mean, the easiest way is to dance the Tanzschein dance. But it's kind of more like a way of living, of respecting each other, showing love for one another, and um, being yourself and letting others be themselves. Because then it kind of creates a space where we can all dance freely and together. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I guess this is what inspired you to write this song, because I
Exactly.
heard that you went to some clubs where people didn't dance at all and
Yes.
did not live in the moment.
I mean, exactly. I don't know. In today's club scene is not like in the 80s, 90s. I mean, I've heard from stories that people were really dancing and the focus was on music and enjoying the music. And today it kind of seems like everyone wants to um, meet some requirement or some kind of ideal. And I really just wanted, with this song, I wanted to create a space where you can let go uh, of all this judgment and everything, and just be yourself. Yeah.
We have one very, very important question that is also related to your song, since we are planning to visit Vienna for
Yeah.
Eurovision.
Amazing.
Uh, so could you recommend us any clubs in Vienna or wherever in Austria where people actually dance?
Yes. I recommend U4, which is kind of at the Schönbrunn Palace, near the Schönbrunn Palace.
How do you spell this?
U4. So just a
Okay.
U and a 4.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, obviously Euro Club at Prater
Yes.
Dom. That's gonna be really cool. And I also like Charlie P's, which is an Irish pub, but it's also the pub for all the med students, and we always go there when we've written an exam or something. So that's fun as well.
Okay. So no matter how the exam went, you go there.
Yeah, yeah, no
Okay.
matter, if it went well, then celebrate. If it didn't went well, then just yeah,
Yeah, to unwind. Yeah.
unwind. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I've made a list, so we might see each other at the Euro Club. Now that you've mentioned it, and I thank you so much for this interview. Thank you for showing up so early, and I wish you all the best of luck with your rehearsals and with your performance.
Thank you so much. It was so
Thank
nice to
you.
be here.
Thank
Thank you.
you. See you.